All right, the last little bit of information that you need for your Google test is something you can use all the time, and these are keyboard shortcuts. So if you are not familiar with keyboard shortcuts, these are things you can click on your keyboard to do a task quickly. There are a ton of them, and at the very end I'll show you how to pull them all up on Google Chrome, but we're going to go through the ones that I think are most helpful for you for the test, because these are things that you can do while you're in the test or just in your everyday life that will make everything you do so much faster. So let's start with the first one. The first one is cut, copy, paste. There's 3 in 1 here. Now when we do a keyboard shortcut, we're always going to click on Control, and we're going to hold down the Control key, and then we're going to click something else. Sometimes we hold down more than one key, but we're going to start by clicking Control and then click a letter. So cut, copy, paste is right here in a row. Control X gets you cut, Control C is copy, and Control V is paste. So let's take a look at how those work. Right, so we're going to start by using the cut shortcut, and this is when you want to cut out a piece of text. Highlight that piece of text and hit Control X, and the text will go away. Now why might you want to take the text away? Get rid of it and put it somewhere else. So let's jump to paste. When I'm going to paste this text, I hit Control V and I paste the text back in. I can also highlight the text and hit Control C and then hit Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, and paste as many times as I want. This also works with images, links, anything else you can think of. Cutting and pasting pretty much across any application. Control X, Control C, Control V. Next 2 keyboard shortcuts are probably my favorite. I use them constantly, and that is the shortcut for undo and redo. So this is Control and the letter Z to undo, and Control and the letter Y to redo. Let's take a look. So I have a piece of text and I want to delete it, and I just highlight it and I click the delete key on my keyboard. Oops, I didn't mean to delete that piece of text, so I hit Control Z and it undoes my previous action. It can undo several actions, so let's try that. I'm going to actually change this to bold, underline, blue, and make it pretty big. Let's try Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, until it's back to the text not being there. Now, Control Y works a lot the same way. So you saw me just take all of that formatting away from that text, and now I'm going to add it all back by using Control Y or redo. So I'm going to hit Control Y, Control Y, Control Y, 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 and every single action that I'm doing comes back. So that's undo and redo. These last couple shortcuts are actually Chrome specific shortcuts that are really, really handy. So I'm just going to show you in Chrome. So now you know how to use keyboard shortcuts by hitting Control and hitting a key. This one's going to be a little bit different too, but let's start by creating a new window. So this is my Chrome window. It's got several tabs within it, but let's create a new one. I'm going to hit Control N. The letter N is in Nancy, and I get a new window. So now I have 2 windows to operate in. I can also open a new tab with a keyboard shortcut. So to get a new tab, I'm just going to hit Control T, and then I get a brand new tab that I can function in. Control T, Control T, Control T opens up several tabs. Now, let's say that I'm working and I've got so many tabs open and I just need to get rid of them. And I start closing tabs, but I accidentally close the tab that I needed. So I need that last tab to come back last tab. So this one you're going to hit Control Shift and the letter T, and it will bring back the last tab that was closed. So again, you close a tab you didn't mean to close, Control, then the Shift key, then the letter T, and then you get your last tab back open. Right, so those are all the keyboard shortcuts I think you need to know to do the Google test. Just undo, redo, cut, copy, paste. But I want to show you a whole bunch of other keyboard shortcuts where you can find those. I literally typed into Google Chromebook keyboard shortcuts and I got all of these shortcuts. I'm showing you the Chromebook ones because on Chromebooks there are some different buttons, like this little square button that is a switch window button. And these keyboard shortcuts allow you to do these things like take screenshots or take partial screenshots or do different things with your Chromebook. So really handy. Not all of these are going to work on a regular computer, but they will work on a Chromebook. And I want to show you this little keyboard shortcut right here. Control Alt and then the / will actually bring up on your Chromebook screen a list of keyboard shortcuts. So if you forget what the keyboard shortcut for something is, you can bring it up. I use the lock screen keyboard shortcut a lot as well. On my computer at work, I click the Windows key and the letter L and it locks my computer. On your Chromebook, you can press the search button and the letter L and it will lock your screen. And then if you see, I'm just going to scroll through, there are a ton of different other shortcuts to bring things up, to bring you to the bottom and top of the page, to print, to do things, and you see they all use different combinations of Control, Shift, Alt, and some kind of letter or key. So definitely check out these keyboard shortcuts. If you're wondering if there's a keyboard shortcut for something, there probably is, and it makes using Chrome and using different Google tools a whole lot easier when you can switch between them quickly and jump from one thing to the next.